Today I'm going to talk to you about what's your home worth in South Florida. I'm going to piss off some realtors, but it is what it is. What else is new?
Your source for profit. Hear what you need to know to succeed in today's real estate market.
You see, I have a very different view as to what determines value. If I'm going to take my wife to the jewelry store, she's going to determine what she's willing to pay for a necklace or a ring or whatever bracelet. If I'm going to look at a car, I know based on the Kelley Blue Book what it could be worth, look at some different variables, and then I would, of course, make my offer based upon that. Well, in real estate, there's a very, how can I say this? There's a hard, fast rule that most people don't listen to. You see, value to me is based upon what somebody is willing to pay for a certain asset at a certain time. Now, that makes it a little bit subjective, obviously subject to change. But what's value right now does not mean what's going to be the value 30 days from now, or the value 60 days from now, or even a week from now. But unless you're, watching what's going on, you're going to have a hard time understanding what your house is worth. And even down here, a house on the intercoastal is probably going to have a little bit more resiliency than a house in the hood. Things matter. Politics matters. Interest rates, I would think, is going to be the governing factor as to what your home is worth here in South Florida, because obviously the more available funds are to purchase your home, the more buyers available to purchase your home, the more likelihood your property has some value. Now, there's been a couple things, in case you haven't noticed, there's been a couple things over the last, I'd say, 7 to 10 days that have happened that directly impact the value of your property here in South Florida. And if you aren't paying attention and just listening to a realtor who is going to have you chase the market down, and what I mean by chase the market down is if you have to reduce your price 2, 3, 4 times over a 4 or 5 month period, yeah, you're not pricing correctly. You're chasing the market down. You're trying to catch up to where the value is. In fact, I will go as far as say if you have to reduce your price at all, then you haven't valued your property accordingly. The interest of a home seller and the interest of a realtor don't necessarily align. And I think a lot of homeowners don't understand that. There is really no skin in the game for a realtor to wait 30, 60, 90, or 120 days for your house to sell and to keep lowering the price until they get enough offers. But that could mean the difference to you of thousands of dollars, and more importantly, the time of that money. That's what I'm going to get into. You see, again, a property is worth what someone is willing to pay for it at a specific current period of time. So here today in late January, what's your house worth? And are you gauging what's happening in the market? This past weekend, did some driving for dollars. I put out 7 or 8 offers on different properties. And I price my offers a little bit differently. Of course, I make sure that my offer is based upon my ability to resell the property. I'm not looking to move in. So, of course, it's at a little bit of a discount. I'm looking at repairs. I'm looking at absorption rate. I'm looking at all kinds of things. But I'm going to take you through a very quick and easy way for you to do the same, maybe even on your own property. So let's look at this. I'm going to take you over here to Zillow. I've got a area here in, where is this? Oakland Park put together. And all these red houses these red dots are, as you know, if you follow on Zillow, these are all properties that are for sale. But here's where it gets interesting. These properties pop up and they're available for sale. Now watch this. This one here is listed at $369. And if you click on it, You got a Zestimate of 312. Now, I'm not at all telling you Zestimates are the end all be all of property valuations. But just for illustrative purposes, this property is basically $50,000 more than what this particular website says it's worth. Now, understand, again, I'm gonna underscore that I don't believe Zillow 100% at all. But at a first glance, there's something that jumps off the page at you. At least it should. Can Zillow be that far off? $50,000. Now, your agent should be able to pull up wait a minute, hold on. Don't let your agent pull up a CMA. Have them do a comparable analysis of closed properties, of like properties, like the one you're selling. And you'll start getting, there's some variance, but what I've been seeing over the last 7 to 10 days is that this kind of thing is happening. So let's close that. Let's go to the next one. This one here is $389.9. Click on it. And this one's got $60,000 less as well. $389, $390 as its price. $332 is what Zillow has it as its estimate. Let's look at another one. This one here, $430,000 is listed for. Let's see what Zillow says it's estimated to be worth $249. This is insane. How can a property have that much differentiation between reality, what it's worth, and what someone is listing it for? Nuts, isn't it? It's extremely nuts. Let's look at this one. This one here is $299.9 and $299. And let's look at the estimate. And $185. I don't know if you can see it. Let me move my head. $185 is what Zillow has as the estimate. How can these numbers be so far off? What is Zillow doing with their algorithm to really tank the value of these homes? Now, as a homeowner, you have to understand Zillow is not the preeminent number one source for home values anywhere. But it should give you cause for concern. It should get you, if I was the person who owned this property and was listing it, I would have to make a phone call today. Hey, this thing is $299.9 listed, and Zillow says it's worth $185. We're $100,000 off here. What the hell's going on? Tell me. I own this property at $299. You told me to list it, and what are we going to do? Just keep stepping it down to hopefully somebody buys it? That's chasing the market down. So what could be causing this? Well, we know that interest rates have been fantastic lately. I mean, literally 2s, 3s at the high end. We also know that there have been an influx with people coming from the Northeast, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts. They've been trying to get out of these hellholes and get down here to paradise. But the last 7 to 10 days, somebody took office and things have changed tremendously. All of a sudden, even though it's in January, they're releasing these stay-at-home orders. Magically, the Rona isn't as powerful in the last 7 days than it has been. But what that may do is it may keep people there. They may not just jump on an airplane or pack up the U-Haul and get out of Dodge. That's less buyers. You're going to have to keep an eye on that. If there's less interest in moving to Florida, you better keep your eye on the pricing. It still doesn't account for $100,000 difference in pricing, but at the same time, that's an impact. But there's an even bigger impact that you have to watch.